Scorpio, this is going to be your week ahead reading. Maybe you've clicked here based on the title. I have no idea what that's going to be yet. You could just be looking for a little clarity for the week to come. I'm feeling like, Scorpio, that you have begun today. I kind of feel like maybe some of you might have took a sickie. Maybe you've had the day off today. We're coming to the end of Monday, but depending when you watch this, who knows? I'm just feeling like that you've had a day where you've honored your own boundaries. Maybe you've had to say no to something or to someone, but you're feeling confident to speak that, whereas previously you've felt a bit unempowered. Something could have happened over the last couple of months that's really put you in this state where you're like, no, I actually need to just trust myself for a change, and I need to follow what feels good for me. And the more that you do that, the more easier it does become over time. It's a consistent effort to show up for yourself, and also to be able to have that beautiful balance between having your boundaries and also knowing who to have those boundaries with, what to have those boundaries with. If we don't have boundaries, or we have an imbalance in our boundaries, that's where everything goes to shit. So I feel like that's probably what today has brought for you. You could be feeling quite grounded in, it was like a weight lifted once you set the tone for that. So you've probably pondered around just really following your own needs today, eating something nourishing, maybe having the day off, if you did, has inspired you to really put some time and energy into what meal you wanted to eat or provide for others. Even if you didn't have the day off, I feel like you've really reclaimed your power in some way. And with that, you are celebrating in some way. And yes, a meal is celebration. Doing good things for yourself is worth celebrating. So I see you like potentially tomorrow feeling quite inspired for the day ahead and for creating something. I feel like what you've followed in honoring whatever that boundary was has opened up some space for you to be like, well, that felt really good. What else makes me feel good? Well, I feel like I can create because I'm not having to, push through. So you could be doing some painting. You could feel inspired to go to the art gallery, or just something that's going to actually inspire you in some shape or form. Even it could be just a walk out in nature, smelling the air, having deep breaths, and appreciating those little things that are so easily missed when we are caught up with no time or caught up with the day-to-day of the obligations. They're quite a pain in the ass. I feel like this is really going to be good for your self-worth too, doing these things, because you've been putting in a lot of energy into your job, your family. I don't want to call those things the obligations, but they kind of are. They're the things that, we've committed to, and so we're going to show up for it. And that beautiful thing about Scorpio is you operate on a lot of willpower to push through, to give wholeheartedly. And when you are giving to, say, your loved ones or the job that you're committed to, you're giving like 120% each time, because we don't do things half-assed. No, I'm not a biased Scorpio, but I am a Scorpio. So I know what it feels like to be doing those things, and that we don't do a shit job. Let's just say that. I feel like you could hear that how great you are come midweek. Or you could just be looking in the mirror and really being like, I like what I see. I feel good. shining your light out into the world. You're a beacon of light for others. And you are valuable, whether that be in the roles that you play out in the world. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit for that. So this week, I'm really feeling that you are going to either be appreciated, feel noticed, or just this energy that you're permeating from yourself. It's contagious. And people are starting to be like, oh, I felt that person go past. Who is that? Oh, it's Scorpio. Oh my God. Hey, Scorpio, you look fantastic. What did you do to your hair? And you'll be like, oh, I just washed it. But anyway, you're honoring your own power as well. And maybe something of late, you're becoming into a place of acceptance of yourself and who you are. I feel like there has been people that have tried to dim your light, or you are often put in situations where you do hold back a lot. And it's not a hold back of like, well, here's one thing that I think a lot of people don't particularly understand is that a lot of Scorpios, and I'm feeling potentially more so November Scorpios, are can be quite shy. Depending on your moon or rising sign, I feel like you could be somebody who, it's almost the closer you become, the shyer you become. So and I feel like that's in social settings. If the need that a Scorpio does have for those deep connections, you don't do superficial terribly well. But the thing is too, is that we also don't want to be having deep conversations with just fucking anybody. So if you don't feel that receptivity back, or if you're not being, I give a little bit, you give a little bit, I give a little bit. If you're just around people that just very superficial, not connecting with you, not showing any interest in you, then you can become quite withdrawn. I feel like that was just a little ramble there, but I am getting that whatever has been previously going on for you, this week you are like really just knowing who you are. And others are noticing who you are too. I feel like by Thursday you could be feeling like, oh hey, let's have a drink after work, like those type of vibes. And you get very inspired and G'd up to do something like that. But then the minute that you get home, you're just like, actually, I don't want to see anybody. I feel like really getting into that book that I just got, or something, feeling really connected with the universe. Maybe there's a class that you attend on Thursday nights that you've recently begun, or you're getting back into. It could be yoga or Reiki share night or something like that. But you are just in more of a very learny type state where you are needing to be fed through the brain, stimulation. And whatever does occur that day, like you could wake up later in the week and just feel very connected to your higher self. And you could be getting intuitive downloads. I feel like I'm picking up on quite a spiritual Scorpio collective right now. Could be having a fire even maybe you're invited to a gathering Friday night towards the weekend. And I mean, it is one of those things, a fire. It's very ceremonial. And we will be having, it will be the 27th, new moon vibes, new moon in Pisces. He's setting intentions. Setting intentions. And you're supported in this. You are starting to surround yourself with like-minded people who do support your growth. And that's really good. This is hurting my head. I just noticed, like, oh. You could feel like something is hurting your brain. Something maybe have become enough. But that's a little forecast for the week ahead. I'll leave them there. Dive into some tarot. Diving into some tarot for Scorpio. I felt very drawn to labradorite, sorry, before starting your reading. Labradorite's great for anxiety, depression. You could be coming out of a period of that, or if you are going through it, I highly recommend getting some labradorite. This one, I love that blue reflection that can come out of this particular crystal. I was really drawn to this one as it was very dark and I was experiencing quite a shadowy time. And the glint here, I wonder if it can be captured. Let's try and capture it. Anyway, it has just the slightest beautiful blue around the bottom there. Otherwise, like, I literally thought it was a smoky quartz. And they're like, oh no, it's labradorite. So I feel like there's an aspect of yourself that you are just starting to tap into, and you're just starting to notice it about yourself. Anyway, what has been going on for the Scorpio collective? Let's get a bit of a energy check-in of what's to come this week. Got the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like there's someone contemplating you at the moment. Someone who is not wanting to move on, but someone that also like led you in a direction, took you off course in your own life. Got I feel like this person sees you very attractive and they are holding on for dear life, is what I just heard, and what I can see based in the cards here. We've got the World that's shown up in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Star in reverse. So it's like this person wants to try and rush a process with you that has karmically and inevitably ended for you. On your perspective, like this is something that is over. Now, while this person has great passion for you, they also are not seeing the bigger picture or the lessons that have been within this. And I feel like that does come back to like the honoring the power within yourself and those boundaries. This is definitely something that you've overcome, and it's taken a while for you. This could have been something that occurred Leo season last year. It could have even been something that just at that past Leo full moon has really, you know, you've finally got to a state where you're not feeling so sad by it. Let's have a bit more about this than the other ones. I've also got some spirit messages that I've channeled that we might pull out to get a little bit more of understanding if this is a person coming towards you. Does Scorpio know this person? I feel like this was someone that you may have met this person out. You may have this could have been a connection where there was always an interference. It never felt like just you and them. And this person does want to like see you again. Hang on a second. Internally, like this is someone that is really going through it and is, I don't know, I want to say they're aware of why you're no longer talking to them, but I don't see this person as like really caring. They want to just like, let's not talk about the past. Let's just like start again, basically. But this person doesn't realize like where you have overcome a lot and you're feeling in quite a balanced state. This will bring a lot of imbalance to your personal space and back into your home. And you're going to really need to tap in with yourself, because I feel like there will be temptation in this. If we go back to the beginning of the reading, just about that, you know, when you go into something, you give 120%. And this could very well have been a situation where you were giving 120%, but this person wasn't. You could be dealing with an earth sign. This could be someone with either Capricorn or Virgo in their chart. But I'm seeing it more as like you were a real slave to this situation, in the sense that you were forever compensating your own needs. And this person was also very, a bit of a bad influence. I don't want to say it, but I have to. A bad influence on you. What would this person, let's get some more, just so you know, how will the collective know who this person is? Spirit. How will we know who this is, Spirit? Beautiful. Oh. Okay. This person doesn't want me to share. Alright, let's have a look. I'm just going to arrange these out. Someone wishes they lived closer to you. This person could be at a distance. This could be a Caucasian. Alright, so I'm just flipping them over. So we have femi, dresses and skirts. This could have been someone that was attracted to what you wore found you to be very sensual, or they could also be quite an attractive female that likes to dress feminine. This person could be fit, into athletic. I'm feeling more like this is your side here. Got Aquarius, tanned skin, big boobs. Alright, I'll just side them up just for those dealing with feminines and those dealing with masculine. We've got blonde, blue eyes, goatee. Could have facial hair, this person. They can't get you out of their head. I've been waiting for you forever. Maybe someone has been. I haven't coughed in like a while, and I don't know why I feel compelled to share this, but I haven't smoked now for like 2 months, and I have not been coughing at all. So I know for a fact this is a don't talk about me. I'd love to play role play with you. This person is thinking heavily about you and your energy. We've got the song The Worst Person Alive, G Flip. This person could have tattoos. Could be into skateboarding. Got another song which is Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood. I Never Forgot About You. Bad Habits by Steve Lacy. I've Told My Friends About You. Okay. Kiss Me Through the Phone, Soldier Boy. And I Can't Forget Your Scent. Okay. So, as I said, if you're dealing with a female, this person could have blonde hair, blue eyes. They could be into wearing dresses. They could have a specific tattoo or tattoos in general. Larger breasted. If you're dealing with a masculine, he could be quite dapper. He could live at a distance. Be Caucasian. Could have a goatee, clit tickler. You may want to check the lyrics for Bad Habits by Steve Lacy, Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood, and The Worst Person Alive. So this is someone that you have probably potentially had a falling out with. They're in a state of reflection where they can see now, like you could be someone that has a little bit of past. Could have spoke about things that have happened to you over your life. Maybe this was someone that you actually did open up with, and they're starting to understand like this space you guys have had. They're starting to somewhat see where you're coming from. However, we also have here, I have never, it's not going to line up. You can't see, but it's, I'll have to get one of those cameras that go down, but it says, I have never had to hold myself accountable. So maybe on some level, this person suffered from emotional immaturity. They weren't very emotionally evolved. Therefore, to try and discuss your feelings was often felt very unvalidated with them, because they would be, it was like arguing with a child, basically. You could smell really nice. I think we read all them out. What's the advice for Scorpio regarding this person for this week? Three of Pentacles has come out here. There we go. You and this person could have worked quite well together. You could have like spent time around the house together, creating, but I mean, this person looked up to you, I feel, in a lot of ways. And it was often like you were probably the caregiver, and you didn't want to always be the caregiver. Like, you do work well with this person, but they always sort of had to be like feel above you in some way. Like if there was an argument, or like very undervalidating when you would express like, hey, I'm not cool with that, or when you called them out on their shit, they either shot you down or would like be like, yeah, but you did this. Very tit for tat is what I'm getting there. Very tit for tat. I'm curious, why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? We've had death. He is shown up here, Scorpio. You, like, or this person they feel like they have experienced enlightenment. Like they've had like that epiphany where like maybe things that you discussed with them are making sense now to them. I'm just really noticing, so I didn't share the children's oracle that I was using to begin the reading, and I should have, but this picture here, like I'm feeling very drawn to her tipping out that bucket there of water. And water is a great representation of emotions. I feel like you're just like, oh well, the hell with that, basically. Like you're not holding on to, you're having to make head over heart decisions is what I'm feeling, or you have had to. And someone's just sort of watching there. Like, it's interesting because it appears to be like snow around, but it's like, I feel like she's pouring water on the snow. Yeah, interesting. There's little birds in the nest that do stand out up there. And they're like, even though it's freezing, they could even be little penguins, but they're creating that warmth around each other, and this person could have felt very warm in your presence, but yet now feeling very on the outer and very cold. You could have suspected that they were just more focused on that party life, like telling you that they wanted home with you, and maybe you have a fun household where like you guys did have a lot of fun at home together, dancing and partying. But is the thing. Why is the 4 of Wands here? Yeah. And they do want to like come back and do that again with you. But I'm seeing it more as like a new and improved offer. A new and improved offer. How do you feel about this person? How does Scorpio feel about this person? I feel like you gave a lot. You gave a lot to this person, a lot of time and energy. And it was just like a lot of, okay, I'll put a little bit more in, I'll put a little bit more in, I'll put a little bit more in. And they made you really question your inner authority, your mind, your clarity, your judgment. They probably accused you of being quite cold and bitter towards them, but that was because they weren't giving you what you needed. Like, you were giving them what they needed, however you weren't getting that back. Could be an age gap between you. Yeah, here we go with the hurt head. Stop poking at my head. No. Hurt head. Like, it just all becomes so much like interesting too, this Five of Swords. Blonde Caucasian. Quite dapper in his jacket, so that could be he's dealing with there. Yeah, you've had to bring a lot of balance in, like with the hard decisions, basically. Where are we going with this? Where was the devil here? I feel like this person is very easily gives in to their desires, like, or their obsessions, their addictions, and substance abuse, I'm hearing. I've got the High Priest in the reverse. Like, I feel like this is just really going to, like, make you start questioning yourself again. They're holding back communication right now. And I just don't see them giving you what you need, Scorpio. And it's going to piss them off. Remember that it is, you know, your life at the end of the day. And when you truly sit back, ask yourself, like, where do I see myself in 5 years? Doesn't even have to be this big futuristic thing, like 5 years even. That goes pretty quick. And getting caught up in shit you've already worked so hard to detach from can be like, is it worth it? Really don't think so.